Our guest tonight is Paul Glynn of Sadler Training, West M25.
Basically stop selling and look for people's, what we would call pain. That's to say, what people are really concerned about on a personal level. If we stop looking at interest and stop looking at features and benefits and actually look about what they are really interested in, that's to say, their problems, we start there and finish there. Yes, features and benefits are going to be important, but only much, much later in the process. So we don't start there, we actually start with what people are really concerned about. I mean, I occasionally go out with salespeople, because I'm asked to do that sometimes, and actually sit through, I don't say a word, I just sit there and just observe. It is absolutely extraordinary how even good salespeople really have just one train crash after another. It's just extraordinary. This is typically how we think we should be selling, right? We've got some sort of rapport between us, we do that wonderful needs analysis,
yep.
Right? I then do some sort of presentation, tell you about the features and benefits,
yep.
Right? Okay, and then I ask you some clunky clothes, if I could do those for 50 quid, would you take it? Or something like that, you know, some sort of half Nelson, yep. Or whatever it is, clothes, and you say, oh, don't know, might be, let me think about it. There is this idea that pain is a business problem, right? But I'm not talking about a business problem, I'm actually talking about how someone actually feels about it. Now we've got a real situation, we've got a real live example. They're absolutely reliving this very annoying situation. And at the moment, we're still at a business level. It's a business level problem. But then we go one stage further and say, how does that make you feel, the fact you're losing thousands of pounds over this? What's uncomfortable, the reason why this looks uncomfortable, by the way, is because we're trying to suggest that people should sell in a different way. That's the uncomfortable bit. For the buyer, it's not uncomfortable at all. What this actually, I know we're being very analytical right now, but what it actually comes across as is a business conversation. That's all. Would it surprise you if I told you I've only done 3 proposals in 5 years? For example, recently I had a meeting with an old contact of mine, and I said at the beginning of the meeting, if it's a yes, then I need to have a meeting with your CEO. Are you going to be happy with that? And she went, yeah, okay. And that's what I've got next week. So that was the yes. Okay, so that's the upfront contract. We then work out what the pain is at a personal level, not a business problem. Why on earth should we bother to fix this? If it's not big enough an issue, then let's not do it. If it's something that's burning and has got to absolutely happen, then we can help. And it usually tends to be 3 lots of pain in actual fact in order to be able to be sure we can actually get the commitment we want. Sandler, David H. Sandler, was an American who was actually figuring out that it was very, very hard to sell. He wasn't particularly successful at the selling stuff. And he said, well, wouldn't it be nice if the client, the prospective client, did most of the work, you know, rather than so I didn't have to work so hard, you know. And he looked into what was then quite a new human psychology theory called transaction analysis. So he worked with the transaction analysis people and figured out that there was actually a way of being able to make that into a sales process. And in fact, working with our natural suspicion, if you like, and putting that with NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, we always go back to that, I know, and putting those things together, he actually worked out for himself a process that he could follow that seemed to work. So my name is Paul Glynn from Sandler, West End25. I empower business people through assessments, training, coaching and mentoring to get more business using the counterintuitive Sandler communication process. So the main points I want to leave you with is you are told again and again to go out and tell people what you do. They don't care. Nobody cares. They are only worried about their own problems. So start and finish with those. All buyers lie all the time. They don't mean to, but they just do. Nobody likes being sold to, so stop selling and let your prospects close themselves. But to do all that with confidence, you're going to need a bulletproof system.